Welcome to C# for Crestron programming. In this video, we will learn about the different behavior of file paths across platforms that support C# for Crestron. We will look at directory and path structures, as well as tools to assist with file operations. We will be starting with a C# console app.NET framework project called File Paths. At this point, the NuGet Crestron program package has been installed and the class1.cs file removed. Within our controlsystem.cs file, default comments, system event handlers, and the initialize method are removed for clarity. We have included a using statement for Crestron.SimplSharp.CrestronIO as we will need components of this namespace. This namespace is very similar to the system.io namespace, but contains a greater amount of leeway when dealing with file locations on a Crestron platform. The online documentation details the similarities. It is recommended to use CrestronIO for your code for greatest compatibility. There are several common locations on the control system where a programmer would choose to locate files: the directory where the application is running, the user folder, the NVRAM folder, or unremovable media. Between the platforms that support C#, there are differences between the formatting of the file paths, the case sensitivity, and accessible locations. We will first contrast 3 and 4 series. Our testing processors are a CP4N and a DIN AP3. The file systems are shown in File Manager and in the output of the dir console command. Of note, there is only one additional folder on the 4 series. However, the lowercase nature of the 4 series folders is key, as all paths and file names are case sensitive within this platform. 3 of the files we wish to locate have already been loaded into our user NVRAM and removable media locations on each processor. Our 4th file, and the one we will start with, will be stored in the application folder of the running program. We have added the existing resource and set the property to copy always. In our build paths method, we will define the path using syntax very similar from Simple Plus with a double backslash notation. From the CrestronIO namespace, we are using the directory.getApplicationDirectory method to allow this program to be loaded into any program slot and still find its file. Take note, to execute the build paths method, we have included a custom console command addition within the default constructor. Our output window provides the desired result. However, the path contains a mix of forward and backslashes. CrestronIO utilities can correct for some file path case or /direction issue. However, any changes to case with the file name portion are not supported. Running the identical code written in Visual Studio 2008 on a 3 series shows a different result. To resolve the confusion regarding which to use, we will take advantage of the path.combine method within the CrestronIO namespace. Here we see the desired /direction from each platform. As we will be using the console print line and the file.exist logic several times, we will now convert them into a method. Now that we have confirmed that our method works, we can continue with the other file locations. For the user folder, we will go back to using string.format and simply put in the slashes that match the platform we are using. For the NVRAM folder, we will once again use path.combine, but put in the appropriate file path to combine with the file name. Note the difference in these two options with the number of slashes that are required in the string. Path.combine takes care of the slashes and direction required between the two parameters. And lastly, regarding the removable media location, notice that we have preloaded several files and one that we are interested in discovering. What we will do is take advantage of the Crestron.io namespace to list all of the files in that folder, and from there look for our file of interest. The method directory.get file returns the contents of that location into a string array. We will iterate through our string array, outputting the paths of the files found, and performing our file exists check against our file of interest. Here we see the output from the removable media section with all files contained. Where the file is found in the folder, we confirm with the file exists method. We will now attempt to run the same code on a 3 series to see what the differences might be. You can see, despite the variation in slash direction and case across the file paths, use of the Crestron.io namespace can help make up for some of these inconsistencies. You have now seen how to work with file paths on Crestron processors that support C#. While the Crestron.io namespace allows for some room in the formatting of the file paths, we recommend backslashes for 3 series, // for 4 series, and matching folder case whenever possible. Thank you for watching.